What is good, everyone? OJ here. Welcome back to another big Nintendo Switch and RPG news. Today, we're going to be going over Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition and some things that I kind of want to lay down that's been happening recently with this game that I don't really like. Not with the game itself, but what people are doing around it, and hopefully it spurs people to make this a bigger success than it was on the Nintendo Wii U. Also want to talk about Demon Slayer, in addition to some Pokemon news, plus Dragon Quest as well. So let's go ahead and jump right into the first topic here, and that's Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition. We recently got a really nice overview trailer. We got a bunch of previews from different places. We went over all the different updates and additions. There's some awesome roundups of all the information that we know about the game with the updates and quality of life. I will suggest a few different videos. Yggdrasil, he's awesome. Check out his video on that. I really enjoyed it. I'll put a link to that in the description below, but I wanted to talk about some of the other things when it comes to Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition. And this is something that I see all the time because it seems like sometimes, at least, a lot of Monolith Soft's games are paired up with the Pokemon Company's games, and that's fine. Obviously, Pokemon Company with their games, we had Pokemon Legends ZA, people talk about the graphics and all that, but the thing that I'm kind of like on are people always using Monolith Soft's games as some type of prop against Pokemon Company or against the different games, Legends, ZA, or with Pokemon Legends Arceus back in 2022 with Xenoblade Chronicles 3. It happens all the time, and then unfortunately a lot of these people that do this, a lot of these content creators that do this, they don't actually even go buy Xenoblade Chronicles. So I would say this, let's turn that energy that people are showing, and I'm kind of tired once again of people using it as a prop and then not supporting it. Let's actually use that energy to buy the game, since the graphics are so important and impressive and awesome, and I agree, they're really good. Let's actually use that energy to buy Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition. Let's not make the same mistake that we've made in the past when it comes to Monolith Soft titles. Now, don't get me wrong, they sell okay, they sell pretty good considering what Xenoblade Chronicles is and the popularity of what Xenoblade is, but I'd love for all these thousands upon thousands of people of using them as comparisons and hitting the like button on them and saying, yeah, I see, I told you so. Use that actually into making Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition into a 3, 4, 5 million unit seller with all of these millions of impressions and people using it against the Pokemon Company. So let's actually take that energy and put our money where our mouths are when it comes down to it, and use that to make Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition a success on the Nintendo Switch, a big success on the Nintendo Switch, bigger than what we've seen before for any other Xenoblade game. Now, I don't think that's going to happen because a lot of people just like to talk overall when it comes down to it, but I do have a lot of faith within the Xenoblade fans to support this game. We've been asking for it for almost a decade. We've been asking for it since like 2018, 2019, so going on half decade plus of asking for this game, and it's finally coming out on March 20th. So I'd love to see some of that energy redirected into people trying out the game for the first time, into people actually saying, okay, I'll give it a shot, and just getting into the world of Xenoblade. It's a really cool game. Xenoblade Chronicles X is a very different game from Xenoblade Chronicles 1, 2, and 3. I mean, if you like those 3 games, you should like this game. There are some people who don't like Xenoblade Chronicles 1 through 3, but like Xenoblade Chronicles X. I mean, that's mainly surface level stuff, like, oh, there's a mech I can fly around. But at the end of the day, the gameplay is something to where if you like Xenoblade, you should like this one with some extra bells and whistles, with some other things, like I said, with huge mechs, or scales as they call them, and a little bit different structure. Weapons, how those operate and move are a little bit different as well. But it's a Xenoblade game, and it has that classic Takahashi charm to it, but in a little bit of a different way when it comes to the story. Like, there's little things here and there. Character designs have been updated to be more in line with Xenoblade Chronicles 2 and Xenoblade Chronicles 3, so I do think that it's going to be a successful game, and it's going to do incredibly well, just like I think we can all do incredibly well if the people that are not subscribed to this channel hit that subscribe button. So if you're not subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and click that notification bell to get my vids as soon as they drop. Now let's go ahead and jump into the next topic here, guys. We're going to be discussing Pokemon Champions. There's a huge update on this game when it comes to how it's going to be distributed and how it's going to operate overall. So for those who don't know, Pokemon Champions is essentially the spiritual successor to Pokemon Stadium. Pokemon Stadium was a game, or Pokemon Coliseum was a game back in the day that really, it was a way for you to take your Pokemon on the handheld systems and put them on the big screen TV and battle out with your friends right there with better graphics and all that. Now, Pokemon Stadium kind of went away once we got to the Nintendo Switch era because there was no need, because you can already play it with the HD graphics, or you can already play it on the TV with the Nintendo Switch, and the Pokemon Company skipped the Wii U because it flopped. So we never got any Pokemon Stadium type of games, which I still think there should have been a Pokemon Stadium game on the Wii U, in my opinion, that connected with the Nintendo 3DS. 3DS, the Wii U possibilities were there, just no companies took advantage of it. But outside of like Sakurai, you can use the Nintendo 3DS controller with Super Smash Bros. For Wii U. But outside of that, there was nothing. There was maybe something else here or there with some crossplay. Not much from companies overall, even from Nintendo themselves. But whatever, that's neither here or there. But Pokemon Champions essentially is going to be that spiritual successor. So this is really the first time that we've had this since probably Pokemon Battle Revolution on the Nintendo Wii, which was the 4th generation Diamond and Pearl of the Pokemon games, and I really enjoyed that game, even though it didn't review well and people didn't like it as much. I thought it was pretty good overall. I've always liked the Pokemon Stadium games. I love the original Pokemon Stadium, love Battle Revolution. I've played them. They're really good. And this one seems to be like it's going to take over the world overall with this because of what they're doing. Not only is it Nintendo Switch, but it's also mobile, and it has complete cross-play, cross-support with Pokemon Home as well. Battles anywhere, mobile, and on the Nintendo Switch, anywhere that you want, with multiple tag team battles in addition to a lot of the different gimmicks that we've had before, Mega Evolutions and other stuff in there. So this is going to be huge for the next wave of how the Pokemon Company is going to get people strategically playing this type of game. But it's also been revealed now at this point that it's going to be a digital-only paid game, apparently. So it's going to be digital only on the Nintendo Switch and mobile, which that's unfortunate. I wish there was a physical copy, but I get it when it comes like to the Pokemon Home and to the mobile, to the crossplay and all that. So I get that, but I wish there was actually a physical copy since it's coming to the Nintendo Switch. But it's also going to be a non-free-to-play game. It's going to be a paid game, and you're going to need a Nintendo Switch membership in order to participate, because games that are free to play do not need a membership. So the fact that you're going to need one shows that it's going to be some type of paid game. Now, I don't know what the price is going to be, and it's still in development. We still have a lot of time before this game probably comes out. This might be a 2026 game. I mean, who knows at this point? I think that if it was coming out this year, maybe we would have got more of a release window, but it seems like it could be next year or something like that. We're gonna have to wait and see, but this was actually one of the more exciting announcements because, like I said, having a Pokemon Stadium in the modern day with a ton of different Pokemon that you can connect through Pokemon Home on the Nintendo Switch, in addition to mobile phones, is going to be massive for the player base and people who love to battle Pokemon. So this is something that I think that I'd actually get interested in with that Pokemon Home support and being able to just get right into battles. I have so many Pokemon from my previous games that I haven't even transferred over to Pokemon Home because I haven't really had a need to do so with everything, just because I usually don't play competitively because it's not set up in a way, at least with every single new Pokemon game, for me to do that pretty cleanly and easily. But with this, how it's only going to be like a battle simulator that's going to be across mobile and the Nintendo Switch, I think that's going to give me more incentive to actually transfer my Pokemon in and have some fun in the ranked battles and play online. So I'm actually looking forward to it. And I'm waiting to see exactly how they do this, but this is going to be huge, man. I think it's going to be a big game for people. And yeah, Pokemon Stadium is essentially back as Pokemon Champions. Now, we'll have to wait and see if there's all the other stuff that Pokemon Stadium had, like the little mini games and things like that. I'm hoping they have that stuff in there too, but it does seem like it's going to focus in on the battles. So we'll see how they do everything with that. But let's go and move on to the next topic here, guys. We've got a new game announcement. Demon Slayer Hinokami Chronicles 2 has been announced for the Nintendo Switch and multiple other platforms, multi-platform release. So Sega released a brand new trailer for the upcoming Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba, the Hinokami Chronicles 2, which showcases the entertainment district found in the anime and manga series. The game appears to be a significant step up from the first trailer and will release on the Nintendo Switch and Xbox, PlayStation, PC. It's coming out this August 5th, to be exact. And I played the original game, and people thought I was a little bit harsh on it originally because it's a good game. It's a good Demon Slayer game, and it's better than a lot of the anime games. The problem is that it's like a carbon copy of Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm games. Literally, it operates the exact same way. I wouldn't be surprised the same engine. I don't know if they licensed it from CyberConnect 2 or whatever, but it's like the exact same game. They even use some of the same fonts and text, and it's just like, wow, really? It's like the exact same thing, but swapped out, like a skin swap with Demon Slayer, and that's pretty much my only issue with it. It's high quality in terms of the animations and the combat and what you can do, but it just feels like I'm going through the motions with the Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm games. And I already played those for like a decade. I'm so burnt out on that gameplay system. So I get it. I think it's still going to be good. And I'm not trying to deny the new fans or the people that are younger their opportunity with their favorite franchise to play and enjoy, like I enjoyed with Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm and Ninja Storm 2 and all of that, Ninja Storm 4. But once again, guys, man, it's pretty blatant here when it comes down to it. And like, it's just funny that they just copied the exact same thing with it. Now, once again, it did create a good game for the most part. It's not a bad game, but it's just something that I'm not sure if I want to consistently play this type. I'm looking forward to maybe something else. The Hunter x Hunter game's coming out when it comes down to it, so I'm looking forward to that. So yeah, but this trailer looks good. I think that the Demon Slayer, the Hinokami Chronicles, it's good. It's a good franchise within it, and I'm a big Demon Slayer fan, but I don't know if I'm going to be playing this one. Like, I'll maybe check it out like I checked out the first one. We'll see. But yeah, it still looks good though. Graphically, it looks good. It's coming on all the different platforms, and I think that it's going to be a lot of fun for people who enjoyed the first game. Now let's get into the last topic here. We're going to be talking about Dragon Quest XI Definitive Edition. That is back on the Nintendo Switch eShop with a permanent price reduction. So Square Enix recently dropped the game from the eShop, and then it was gone for a little bit. Then they brought it back, and now it's going to be $39.99. So before, Nintendo was the publisher of it, so they didn't reduce the price. It was always $60 unless Nintendo decided to have a sale on it with Square Enix in conjunction. I think what they did is they transferred the publishing rights back to Square Enix, so that now Square Enix can permanently reduce the price. Now, we've seen this with a number of games when it comes down to it. Octopath Traveler, we saw it with Triangle Strategy, we're seeing it here with this one, and this is a publishing deal that Square Enix and Nintendo have had for multiple different games. They take it down, transfer the rights in terms of publishing, they bring it back up, and they reduce the price overall just because they have different internal, I would say, policies for price reductions and stuff. But yeah, I mean, it's long enough, man. This is something that's a good thing for the gamers out there because now you can get this awesome game, even though it's multiple years old at this point. I think it came out 2019, so it's 6 years old plus. But it's still an incredible game, incredible value for that, and I highly recommend it. One of the best Nintendo Switch games, one of the best rated Metacritic games. Even with the fans out there, you can just skip Metacritic. The fans love Dragon Quest XI. I like the game a lot. I've streamed it. I played it. It is a fantastic game. Old school, but with some nice little new charms and touches. Tons of quality of life features over the original Dragon Quest XI on the PlayStation 4. It's also even got the Nintendo 3DS graphics in terms of the classic and all of that. You can do that in there. This is the full package overall with the game. And I'm not sure if this price is also going to mirror the physical edition, but I highly recommend if you can find a physical edition of this game, especially for $40 or cheaper, definitely pick that up because that could be a buy now before rare type of thing. I'm not sure how many more of those cartridges, and I'm talking about the American one. Now, obviously, Japanese ones and stuff like that, the cartridges, they do vary in price in terms of value and all of that. But if you can find, if you're here in the US and you can find a physical copy of Dragon Quest XI, definitely check that out and see if you can pick up that. If not, there's always this option for you if you haven't played it yet. If you're looking for some time to burn before the Nintendo Switch 2 big presentation comes out or before the system comes out, Dragon Quest XI is a fantastic game to kind of get in and play and basically just get immersed into the world of Dragon Quest and the combat and everything. It's a very smooth game and really cool to play portable as well. It's a game that's really long, 100+ hour type of game. So having a portable option is definitely a good thing. So what do you guys think overall when it comes to all the different RPG, Nintendo Switch news, and more that we talked about here? Let me know in the comment section below. All right, guys, that wraps it up for this video here. Thank you so much for watching. I do appreciate it. Please make sure you hit that like button, subscribe if you're someone new, click that notification bell, and check out my other Nintendo Switch RPG videos and more right here on screen. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you guys for the next one. Peace.